Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to get started on episode 1 of my nutrition basics series. These are going to be shorter videos that are super informative. I'm going to give you all the tools and the concepts you need to start building out your perfect diet. I always preach that there's no one diet fits all. We all do follow the same basic concepts of weight gain, weight loss, all that kind of stuff, but your specific diet needs to be focused on adherence and sustainability for the long term, and that's where everyone's different. Lots of factors come into play, so I'm going to give you all the tools you need to build your perfect diet. These videos are going to be going in order of importance, so this video being the most important in my opinion, and then every video after it is going to be slightly less important, but they're all super important in the grand scheme of things when building out your diet. I just want to emphasize certain videos more because they are slightly more important. Like this video, I'm going to be talking about the concept of energy balance on how to lose and gain weight properly. This is by far the most important video. I really want you guys to wrap your head around this concept. Take notes if you need, just drill it into your head. It's so important. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, so let's get right into it. What does energy balance mean? So, every single person has a certain amount of calories they need in a day to maintain their body weight. By calories, I mean energy. We measure energy in the form of calories. So it's the same thing. When I talk about energy, calories, same thing. So we need a certain amount of calories to maintain our weight, our body weight. If we eat this amount of calories, we will not lose or gain weight. And we call this our maintenance calories. And this is really dependent on the person. You have to experiment for yourself and calculate it yourself. Everyone's going to be different. You can't just tell everybody to eat 2,500 calories. That's not how it works. Everyone has different energy requirements. They do different activities. A lot of factors come into play when burning calories, so you need to take that into account for yourself. You're completely different than everyone else. Okay, so we have a maintenance calories. So if we eat more than this amount of calories, we will gain weight. That's what we call a calorie surplus. We're taking in more energy than we need in a day. Super simple, right? It's just we're eating more food than we need to maintain our weight. That's simply put. And to lose weight, we need to eat less than this maintenance calories. And we call that a calorie deficit. So here's an example. I need 2,500 calories to maintain my body weight. If I eat 3,000 calories, I'm going to gain weight because I'm taking in more calories than I need in a day by 500. If I eat 2,000 calories, I'm going to be taking in 500 calories less each day. So I'm going to lose weight. It's a super simple concept. Don't get confused. If you eat less than you need, you're going to lose weight. You eat more than you need, you're going to gain weight. And a lot of people don't like to believe in this method because it keeps them accountable. It's a super simple method. It's the only method. I'm not talking like there's other methods. This is how you do it. But a lot of people don't want to be accountable using this method because it's just so easy and they want to come up with more excuses all the time. Don't be that person. And by easy, I mean the concept itself. There's no complicated shit going on that you need to understand. You just need to understand if you eat more calories than you need, you're going to gain weight. If you eat less calories than you need, you're going to lose weight. Now, it sounds super simple. Applying it is where it gets harder for a lot of people, and that's the hard part. Understanding the concept of energy balance is not hard. You probably just understand it perfectly. You should after this video. It's not hard, but you just need to apply it, and that's what I'm going to help you with this series. I'm going to help you apply it properly so you can hit your target effortlessly. So there's two sides to this energy balance equation on the screen here that you're looking at. The first is the calories inside, and that's just the amount of calories you're taking in from food each day. Super simple. The calories outside is a little more complicated. There's 4 main factors that make up your calories out, which means the amount of calories you're burning throughout the day. The first is your basal metabolic rate, so just the amount of calories you would burn if you literally didn't move all day just to function and stay alive. The second is going to be your exercise activity, pretty self-explanatory there. Your third is going to be the NEAT, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Think of it as like fidgeting and just non-voluntary activity that you do, just like flicking your hair, whatever, moving your arm. And the fourth is the thermic effect of food. So it actually requires energy to break down macronutrients to get energy. That's the four things. And if you want to lose weight, your calories in needs to be less than your calories out, placing you in a calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, your calories in needs to be larger than your calories out. And if you want to maintain your weight, calories in, calories out has to be equal. Super simple. Now, the way you make your calorie deficit or calorie surplus doesn't really matter. It more matters about the amount of calories you're taking in, not the exact food. And this is where people get it really messed up. You could eat carrots and broccoli all day and gain weight if you're in a calorie surplus. Yes, it's going to be hard to eat all that, but you get my point. If you're taking in more calories than you need in a day, no matter what food you're eating, you're going to gain weight. Even if it's the most healthiest clean food ever, you will still gain weight. And this is why a lot of people have this issue, like they're going to eat healthy on their diet and they don't end up losing weight because they're still eating a lot of calories. So they assume healthy food means weight loss, but it doesn't. Calorie deficit means weight loss. You could lose weight eating McDonald's all day if you wanted. Now, I'm not promoting that at all. That's not the point. The point is that it doesn't matter as much what food you're eating. It more matters about the calories you're taking in to lose weight or gain weight. In terms of health, that's completely different. We're going to talk about food choices for health and stuff like that. But in terms of weight loss, weight gain, it's going to come down to the calories. That's the gist of it. You need to really understand that all these diets that you're seeing, keto, intermittent fasting, flexible dieting, Mediterranean diet, all these diets, all they do for weight loss is try to put you in a calorie deficit. There's no magic properties of food to burn fat. Like apple cider vinegar, that's a myth. It's not going to make you just burn fat and put you in a calorie deficit. No food just burns fat. You really need to understand that. And no food makes you gain fat. It doesn't work like that. It's dependent on the calories. And yes, some foods can have more calories than others. Some can have less. That's completely separate topic. We're going to talk about food choices. But it does come down to the amount of calories you're eating in a day to lose or gain weight. I cannot emphasize that enough. Don't get so caught up on the exact food you're eating because it's not going to automatically make you lose or gain weight. Now, I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to calculating calories, but a lot of people think they've calculated their calories correctly, and they say they're in a calorie deficit. They say they're eating this amount of calories, which is theoretically supposed to be in a calorie deficit, and then they'll tell me they're not losing weight in a calorie deficit. By definition, that's impossible. If you're not losing weight, you are therefore not in a calorie deficit. You can't not lose weight if you're not in a calorie deficit. What you most likely are doing is you calculated your calories wrong, so you're not actually in a calorie deficit and you just mess your calculation up, or you're tracking your food wrong, which is a big problem. A lot of people track their food wrong, so I do have another video on how to use MyFitnessPal to track your food properly and effortlessly. If you want to check that out, go for it. But just want to emphasize the fact that by definition, if you're in a calorie surplus, you will gain weight. If you're in a calorie deficit, you will gain weight. Or lose weight, sorry. But just understand that there's no reason, or there's no way you're not losing weight in a calorie deficit, and there's no way you are not gaining weight in a calorie surplus. It doesn't work like that. So in summary, energy balance is the determining factor on whether or not you're going to gain weight, lose weight, maintain your weight. That needs to be your primary focus. You need to understand this concept if you want to lose and gain weight, whatever your goal is. Super important. But just from watching this video, you understand like this concept is nothing complicated. You don't need to know all these complicated equations, the exact food to eat. You just need to understand that in order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. In order to gain weight, you need to be in a calorie surplus. And there's more to it down the line in my other videos, but that's the basis of it. That is going to be the main determining factor if you're going to lose or gain weight. So I really hope you understand this video. If you have any questions at all, send me a message on Instagram. I respond to everybody. I love helping people. Also, make sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm super excited to start working on episode 2.